This is just a brief overview of my experience working at Sony in Pencoed, Bridgend, and I was contracted with a recruitment agency called Hayes Recruitment. I was hired as a production operative, and in a nutshell, the role involved inspecting and packing computer chips, and obviously the center specializes in the production of cameras. So if you can recall major TV studios like ITV, Sky, possibly the BBC, they can basically buy cameras from Sony, and they can use them obviously to create content. And some of these cameras, because they are professional, they can cost upwards of £80,000, and therefore Sony has a policy of only manufacturing one of these high-end professional camera equipment if there's a specific order for it. So if a customer has explicitly requested that one be made because they intend to purchase it, then it's going to be produced by the manufacturing facility at Sony in Bridgend. And this facility is the only one in the UK, believe it or not, even though Sony is a massive company. And there's only one in the UK, and it was pretty much at the insistence of the current king, Charles III, that Sony bring a production facility here to create jobs for the local economy, because here in Wales jobs are much needed because there's not a lot of investment. So encouraging big companies to invest here is valuable, not just for the company itself to access good reliable workforce, but also for the people who live here who can find sustainable work. And the shift pattern is typically 12 hours, so you would have to work 12 hours one week, and then this would be split into days and nights. So some weeks you'd be working days, others you'd be doing nights, but you'd mostly be assigned to a department where you would basically work for the 12 hours, and it would mostly consist of doing the same repetitive task for the 12 hours, which it's not for everybody. It can be very tedious and long after a certain amount. So I would definitely advise you to only apply if you can sustain doing repetitive tasks for a sustained amount of time. But overall, it's a good place to work. You're treated well, you're relatively safety, and it's got decent facilities. It's just a nice cafe. So as a first job, if you don't have much experience, I would definitely recommend you applying for it if you don't mind working repetitively. The disadvantages are that there's no permanent contracts, so bear that in mind before applying. Thank you.